Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector, and we'll get started on our next unit guide video. Today I'm going to be playing as the Primaris Psyker. Now, I have originally uploaded a video describing the Psyker before, but I didn't quite have enough experience with them, so I didn't understand quite how to maximize her potential. And then they also reworked how the Psyker was functioning, because one of my main criticisms for the Psyker on my original videos is just so damn hard to get her to be able to get to her maximum potential, to be able to surge and use her abilities. And Slytherin's like, yep, you're totally right. And so now when you're casting her spells, it will give you momentum gains, which is very helpful. And that is really huge. And the big thing to know, though, unfortunately, is if you're going to be killing people using her special abilities, you don't necessarily get momentum for that. And I've also found that the empowered Maelstrom here frequently bugs out. So that's definitely a big kick in the dick, because this is really how she can get tons of kills and really affect your enemies and just totally crush them here. So if you're unfamiliar with how these unit guide videos work, is I go in detail about the Psyker or whatever unit I'm reviewing. I go through all their statistics, all their abilities. I give you examples of builds that you can use to optimize their performance, and then I do an AI match to show off their abilities real time and let you see some experience in gameplay and how they function. And then I get them up to 100 momentum to show you what the empowered abilities can do, so you can decide whether this is a unit that you'd want to bring or not. So the Primaris Psyker. If you're enjoying these videos, please give my channel a like and subscribe to encourage me to post more content for you. So it is a sub-hero, so it's not she's not an HQ candidate. She gets 100 points, she costs 100 points. For that 100 points, she is a single unit that has 150 health, 1 action point, 4 movement, 4 armor, and 5 evasion. She does have the ability to fight in melee, and she's actually surprisingly good at it, because that force stave allows you to do armor-piercing damage, so you get 2 attacks, and so whatever target she's attacking, she'll get the base damage, 33 to 45 times 2, so that means she's doing 66 to 90 damage, and then she has 2 splash attacks, meaning it'll hit 2 additional units in addition to the base unit, so when you're attacking, assuming you land a hit, you're going to do damage to 3 units. And then, because you have those 2 attacks, that splash damage is applied twice. She has a 90% accuracy when she's attacking in melee, and she has a 8 armor piercing. Now, she is an officer, which is what I meant by a sub-commander, and so that means any low-tier infantry that's around her, it'll give her plus 10 evasion. So the low-tier infantry in this case would be Ogrins, Kasserkin, Heavy Weapons Squad, or your Meat Shields, which are the Cadian Shock Troopers here. Unfortunately, the embedded officers do not synergize with themselves to get those stacks of evasion going, which could actually be a viable option to help these guys survive, because right now they're super easy to snipe down. But for her other abilities, and they're very powerful, you have the Night Shroud. And so what this does is it makes a unit have immunity to melee zone of control, immunity to Overwatch, it can't be suppressed, it gives them 20 evasion, it prevents all reaction attacks, and it only lasts 1 turn. Now, unfortunately, the Psyker cannot cast this on themselves or other Psykers, so you can't use them to get out of trouble or run through and then cast the Psychic Maelstrom on the enemy force if they're in a choke point, because that would be very, very powerful, and that's kind of what their thought process was there. She also has access to the mental shackles, which is very good. It allows you to really disable an enemy unit within 7 tiles. They'll get -2 movement and 30 accuracy, and it lasts for 2 turns. So this really allows you to nullify somebody that's trying to escape your units if you're trying to hunt them down, or if there's a very powerful ranged unit like a Hellblaster Heavy Plasma Incinerator or the Tau unit, something like that, you can really weaken them down using this mental shackles and then close the distance on them. And then finally, she has access to the Psychic Maelstrom. And what this does is it only affects enemy units. That was something that was a little bit unclear to me when the unit was first released, but it clearly says only affects enemy units. And so what you'll want to do with this is you actually deploy this Maelstrom in front of your battle lines there, and then if anybody's trying to attack your units, they'll get stuck in the Psychic Maelstrom, and any unit that's stuck within the Maelstrom will then suffer 30 damage per model. So if it's, you know, Gretchen or something like that, then it could potentially squad wipe them if they're left out in the open and can't escape there. And because it's psychic damage, it'll go past any armor, so it'll just purely do 30 damage no matter how armored the unit is, allowing you to have substantial damage to weakened units. And if they're trying to move out of there, they'll suffer 1 movement point. So it really allows you to bog down units. You can use this if there's a choke point that enemies have to run through to lower their movement and try to get them caught in there, or like I said, use it defensively. So I'd call that like an offensive use, or it works out really nice if you're doing a season control map or a conquest map, something like that, where there's a central area that guys are trying to get on. You just plop this down on there, and anybody that gets stuck on there has lower movement and will suffer damage. Or you use it defensively if you're doing a big battle line here. You just plop that down in front of your units and then do damage to anybody that's locked into combat there. So definitely works out really nicely. And then this Night Shroud, what I find works the best is putting this on the tanks, because a lot of people will set up a bunch of overwatches, especially if they know you're doing a Rogaldorn build or a Lehman Russ build with their powerful anti-vehicle units, and then by applying this Night Shroud on there, you can just drive right through all that Overwatch and then start taking out their anti-vehicle killers, or setting up for your Sentinels to be able to run through the battle lines and really start flaming down the units and do substantial amounts of damage. So the Psykers are definitely real fun, and since they've been really buffed substantially, it really increases their viability. So I'll start a match here and we'll see what we can do. And then in terms of buffing them, like I said, it's all about bringing low tier infantry around. And then because these are officers and not HQ units, they do get momentum gains when the Commissar executes other infantry, and what that does is the 1 square around the unit that has an execution. So usually you want to do that on these Cadian shock troops here, because there's 10 models per squad and 1 model killed doesn't really matter. It'll give 30 momentum to everybody, making it even faster for her to be able to surge, because that lasts for 2 turns. And so then once you start stacking this stuff up, and then the other thing to be aware of is when she uses her abilities, she does generate momentum, which means you can use her to cheese, gaining command point command points before you actually are engaging the unit to help get your roster up, because really you're most likely going to want to use your tier 3 ability, which is the big death missile strike if you're playing like a conquest, seize a hold, whatever the situation is, because that'll hit and do damage on a 5x5 square radius, and so getting that to tier 3 as fast as possible will definitely help. So let's set up a match here against the AI and see what we can do. Last time we gave the Necrons a bonus 500 points, and that allowed them to kill us. So that wasn't the greatest for the example, but the whole point was just to show what the units could do and get them empowered. So I was able to do that, even though it was a little embarrassing to lose to the AI there. But I knew I wasn't creating a very competitive force, so can't say, oh wait, I'm an Adeptus Ortus. I'm like, why can I not find what I'm looking for here? Astra Militarum. Tester. Let's do 1,500 points, 1,500 points. Oh boy, I guess we're up to the Adeptus Ortus, speaking of them, so let's set it up and see what we can do. And then I do have the gameplay speed sped up using a program called Cheat Engine. If you're unfamiliar with how to use that program, I do have a video saved with how to use that most effectively. If there's any question about how I was able to speed this game up here. And then let's just make one of the commissars our HQ commander.
Got your armor right here, sir.
Victory through discipline.
Sentinel on the move.
Armor rolling out.
Alright, get the tank commander up here.
The warp knows our every move.
Awaiting your orders.
What next, sir?
Alright, that's perfect. Now everybody will be in the battle lines here.
For Emperor and Imperium! Nothing escapes my scrutiny.
They
Now it
cannot
will be
hide their
the
presence.
tank commander's battle line
Got your
doctrine.
armor right here, sir.
And because these guys were in the battle line doctrine, they just gained all that momentum.
Armored Sentinel ready.
Who's sir.
Alright, let's get you up to here. Let's bring you over to there. Let's get you to here. And actually, let's bring you to there. Tank commander can come up here. And then he can set up his overwatches. Because what I actually want to do...
I will go where I want.
...is ideally not connect the battle lines, because I want these guys to be getting bonus momentum.
I knew you'd say that.
So let's see, if I brought you to here, that would be 2. Alright, 4.
Victory through discipline.
2, 4,
Advance.
5, and 6. And here, and there.
I will go where I want.
And what I'm trying to do is
Moving
if
to the
you
battle
end
line.
with action points, you actually lose momentum. And I want these guys to keep their momentum
Awaiting
buffs
your
here.
orders.
I will go where I want.
Because they're not going to be overwatching.
Got your armor right here, sir.
Whereas these guys can.
We'll wait till they move. Watching this area.
Kill or be killed. Quarry spotted.
New targets just showed up.
Quarry spotted.
Huh.
There's
Interesting.
more of them?
Alright, well,
Whose day are we ruining today,
wasn't
sir?
really expecting you to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you could attack there. So I guess that means we're going to be moving up like this.
Got your armor right here, sir. Armor rolling out.
And we'll bring you over to here. And then you can flame there.
These manifold dangers are beyond your understanding.
Lining up, sir.
Alright, here would be probably a good example of how to use that maelstrom. So this will use here.
I will tear what
Offensively.
passes for a soul from their bodies. The warp knows our every move.
And we'll bring you here. And then this would set
I
up
will
your
tear what
barrier to
passes
protect them
for a
if they want
soul
to keep
from
on
their
attacking
bodies.
us.
Firing!
Yeah, let's attack there, I guess.
What next, sir?
Alright, well,
Victory
let's just
through
move you guys up,
discipline.
I guess.
Whose day are we ruining today, sir?
Alright, let's just set up your overwatches here.
Watching this area.
Let them come.
Cover, you cowards! Cover, you cowards! Cover, you cowards!
So that's a hand flamer over here.
My conviction will not wait to the likes of you.
Praise the Emperor for these plates.
Evasive maneuvers.
Oh no, that's a hand flamer. Those guys are dead. And so with the Psychic Maelstrom, everybody's going to take 30 damage in here. So that's huge. Now, what we want to do here is have you execute.
The death of this coward will
And now
temper
everybody
your
gets the
faith.
momentum. And then with you, we're going to come up here and take out the Sister
Firing on
Repentia.
target.
They're just too dangerous to keep alive. And we'll bring you up to here. Surge and attack here.
Filth.
You killed those guys.
Victory through discipline.
I could have done even better had I
Awaiting your orders.
had the accuracy going. Alright, so let's throw some grenades here.
Grenade!
And throw some grenades here. Like so. And then let's use you to come
Trust
here.
in me. Together, we will swing the tides of this battle.
And see how I can break the movement there.
Firing cannon.
And then if I just keep him here,
On the way.
I can use him to just body block the
As
position
much as my power armor.
like this. Because those guys all have bolters, which means they're no real threat
These
to us.
manifold dangers are beyond your understanding.
And then
I
you can
will
come
go
up to
where I
here
want.
and kill these guys. I wonder
Advance.
if you can come up here.
My authority is inviolate.
There you go. Good.
Whose day are we ruling today, sir?
Alright, you guys have got to...
Gunners, I need you firing now. Got your armor right here, sir. Firing.
kill these guys.
Victory through discipline.
Let's see, hand
Victory
flamers
through
gonna probably
discipline.
kill you.
Flee or be cut down where you stand.
Yeah, because even with one of them still alive, they'll still be able to kill you. One, two, three, four. I guess if they came up here and threw some grenades, they could still get you. Let's just pull you back. Hopefully they won't throw the grenades on you by doing that. Now they could just come around here and then shoot you, I suppose. Now let's keep moving you back, I guess.
On your orders.
See if we can keep you alive.
What next, sir?
Alright, let's bring our Psyker over here.
As expected.
And I'll get her the momentum from the Commissar. Her battle doctrine, I mean.
Whose day are we ruling today, sir? Rolling out. They want to test the armor.
And then for you, I need you to kill these Repentia. so let's surge. It's a 55% chance to hit. It's not great. Yeah, see if I go there, then these guys are going to lock you down. Now let's just shoot. Oh good, you still were able to get the kill.
Suffering for him is an honor.
Double.
Whose day are we rooting today, sir? Understood.
Let's get you there.
The warp knows our every move.
Moving to the battle line.
I will go where I want.
I guess we can
Awaiting
do
your orders.
Commissar here.
These manifold dangers
Well,
are
so
beyond
much
your
for getting
understanding.
the
Victory
Commissar's
through discipline.
ability here.
Come closer, so that I can slay you.
Praise the Emperor for these plates. Praise the Emperor for these plates.
Oh, really?
My conviction will not waver to the likes of you.
Yikes.
They're shooting back!
Oh, they could run around there. I didn't think they
Get back up.
could.
Keep fighting.
Taking hit. Under fire.
Alright, well. That's a thing. That would be 5 per model. That's 4 per model. 5 per model.
Victory through discipline.
Well, let's move you over here. You can shoot here.
Evasive maneuvers.
Victory through discipline.
You can attack here.
I will go where I want.
Alright, you come here.
Your life is the Emperor's to spend.
Okay, so they were still getting buffed. I wasn't sure if they were or not.
The warp knows our every move.
Alright, well, let's get you over to here.
Firing!
And kill that dang Sinker Saint.
Whose day are we rooting today, sir?
And you're coming over here. And you're going to kill those guys.
Advance.
Bring you to
These
here.
manifold dangers are beyond your understanding.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you could actually rear attack
The
these
warp
guys.
knows our every move.
So let's do that.
I will go where I want. I don't need my powers to crush
There
you.
you go.
Whose day are we rooting today, sir? Whose day are we rooting today, sir?
Now you're
What
locking
next,
those
sir?
guys down. Bring you to here. Let's do mental
Feel the
shackles
weight
there.
Of the Emperor's gaze.
Got your armor right here, sir.
Alright, let's start working on taking out these guys. Oh, come on now.
Suffering for him is an honor.
Let's see here. Maybe if I do this.
Right you are then.
See this? Well, but they should be able to survive even a full round of attacks there.
I will
Let's bring
go
you over
where
to
I
here.
want. I knew you'd say that.
1, 2. Ah, damn it! They're still within grenade range is the problem.
Flee or be cut down where you stand.
Damn it!
We're taking fire.
Victory through discipline.
Cover me for
Yep,
cowards.
go ahead and keep attacking. Damn it! I knew you were gonna do that.
My conviction will not waver to the likes of you.
Under fire. Taking hit. Got your armor right here, sir.
Alright, well. That's what? 12 models. Or I can just keep buffing things, I guess.
We will endure.
Firing.
Alright, let's do something like that. Do something like this, try to cut their damage down.
Victory through discipline.
Feel the weight.
Let's do
of the
that. That'll
Emperor's
get you to
gaze.
22.
With conviction.
Alright, we gotta get you into the battle line doctrine.
Lining up, sir.
Which means we'll get you over here. And throw a grenade. And you can come over here.
The warp knows our every move.
Alright, I do not want you to actually kill these guys.
Away.
Alright, good. You killed one. That's okay. So let's do something like this. You can face the wrong way.
Whose day are we ruining today, sir?
You can
Understood.
face the wrong way.
Understood.
Actually, maybe what we'll do is just move you to here. Do something like that. And you guys should all be in the battle line doctrine.
Cover for cowards. Cover for cowards.
Alright. Now you're short
Victory
again.
through discipline.
Well, let's do this.
Trust in me.
I get you there.
Together,
Now
we
you can
will
execute.
swing the tides of this battle.
Alright, now she's empowered. So if you're going to empower her abilities, you would do the Night Shroud. And what this does is it increases the evasion benefits to plus 30, and it allows it to last for 2 turns, and it also drops the cooldown for it to be to 2 turns, so that's amazing. The mental shackles, when it's fully empowered, makes a unit lose 3 movement and 50% accuracy, and it stays on for 2 turns, so definitely will allow you to kill units that may be trying to get away from you, such as that Hive Tyrant, which can be a real problem. And then this one, like I said, is very powerful, but I frequently find that it bugs out, and it's the Psychic Maelstrom. And instead of doing 30 damage per turn, it increases it up to 60. So definitely a very powerful ability, but it rarely seems to be working when I'm empowering it, which can be very, very frustrating. So let's bring this to a close now.
Flee or be cut down where you stand.
Now we were able to see the empowered abilities. So, as you can see, the Psykers are very powerful, but they're very squishy. But I mean, they can do pretty decent in melee. They actually do better than the Commissars do because they have the 2 attacks. So if you miss, they can do a lot of damage. They have good armor piercing. They have a zone of control when you're in the melee. They can make your guys get immune to Overwatch, which is just as powerful as canceling Overwatch, because you can, instead of only being able to cancel 1 Overwatch, you can drive through unlimited amounts of it with that ability being activated. Then it gives you a little bit of evasion. You can really hamper your ranged enemy attackers by giving them decreased movement and accuracy, which will help you get the kill. And then finally, if you use these defensive Maelstrom abilities, you can do substantial amounts of damage. But they really do need to make it so it doesn't bug out, because I've tried to use the empowered Maelstrom now 2 or 3 times, and 2 out of the 3 times it bugged out. So that definitely feels really bad when you're saving your ability. So effectively what it does is it doesn't cancel out your momentum gains, but it does make it so you effectively had a turn without using your Psyker, and then the gain, well, it pseudo gets rid of your momentum gains, because then the gain thinks that, oh, you left with an action point, and then you can get knocked off of your empowered ability. So that definitely feels real bad when that happens. But just even the Maelstrom itself can give you some major zone of control abilities, and it works really well against factions like the very strong melee-based factions, such as the Demons of Khorne, because then they're just trapped in there, and you can just keep spamming that Maelstrom ability on them. And then when they're leaving it the following turn, then they can move if you have 2 of them, they move in on it and they suffer the damage, and then you start the next turn where they're in it by summoning it a second time, and that allows you to really get some strong zone of controls, because then they're still losing a movement when they're running out of that zone of control. So it definitely allows you to really hamper things pretty effectively, especially if there's choke points on there. So Psykers are definitely a thumbs up. Giving them the ability to get the momentum when casting the ability is definitely a huge plus there. If you're, like I said, trying to get the most out of your momentum gains, you could use that Night Shroud ability. The problem is it has a 3-turn cooldown, and usually on turn 3 is when you actually want to use that ability, because you're going to start engaging on these smaller maps. Now, larger maps, you may want to use it right at the start, because it'll be turn 4 usually by the time you're engaging. But on something like this, turn 3 it was time to fight, and if I would have used that ability, we wouldn't have had it on the first turn. So you just gotta make a decision about how you want to optimize your gameplay, but potentially you could get upwards of 22 momentum per turn that you're casting those spells, and that can be a huge boon to your command point generation. So with that, I'm going to sign off for the day. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe, because I can post more content for you. Have a great day.